yeah, I know what can happen on a football pitch. You can get injuries with no tackles. You can get injuries running, twisting and turning, but when someone tackles like that, then obviously the risk of injury is increased, and I wouldn't want to see any of my players suffer long-term injuries. It's the worst thing in football, so hopefully Tommy's okay, but we'll have to wait and see.
What was it that sort of led up to it? It looked like there was a bit of a problem between the two of them earlier.
Yeah, I think there was. It's win at all costs, isn't it, at this level? So there's little things that go on, and it's part of the game, but you don't react like that.
And Dan Seaborn, you moved across from left back. How did you feel he did with Steve Cook once you had to shift him across?
I thought he did really well. That I would say is Dan's best position, centre half. That's what we brought him in here to play. But knowing that he could fill in at left back if needed. But I thought him and Stephen did really well. And again, Cookie I thought was excellent with all that's going on with him at the moment. So full credit to him and how he's responded to that challenge. And we kept a clean sheet, and the goalkeeper played his part as well, made a couple of good saves.
Were you pleased with how clinical you were in that first half? Because MK Dons saw a lot of the ball, but the chances that fell to you, your boys took it well.
We could have scored a lot more today. We scored 3, but we could have probably got 6 or 7. That's not even an exaggeration. Brett's had one of those days where he's had a few excellent chances. He's made good contact with most of them, and it just hasn't quite found the net for him. But the fact that we were creating chances and in there to miss them is really pleasing when you come to a tough place like this.
Is it quite a statement? I mean, MK Dons were tipped as one of the major promotion sort of rivals for you, really.
I think it is a bit of a statement, but I think they're still in the mix. They've got games in hand against us. I think they've fallen down the league purely from the fact they haven't played. So this is a big win because I think they're a top side.
Are you now into that period where you're sort of looking at the run-in now and it's really things hotting up, or is it more sort of the last 10 when you start to think about what might be at the end of the road?
Sorry to pull you in, but I'm not looking at the run-in at all. I'm looking at Portsmouth. It's our next game. It's a really difficult game because they're on a losing run and they'll be wanting to break that. So local derby as well is a lot at stake next week.
Is it difficult keeping the players in that sort of frame of mind, or are they quite like that as well?
It hasn't been at the moment. They've been excellent. They've gone from training session to training session, game to game, keeping a level head and working very hard, so hopefully that will continue.
Just ask you one question. Brian Lowe has said the tackle was outrageous and he wants to apologise to everybody at Bournemouth and Tommy Elford. Does that make it any different?
Well, it's good to hear. I mean, you can't pillar someone continually, but it's no consolation for Tommy at this moment in time because it's his knee that's potentially injured. So I respect him for coming out and making that comment, but really it's Tommy that you should be apologising to.